We've had lots of harvest from these beans, but it's not been very stable, so I've had to tie it several places over there just to keep it stable. In the next couple of weeks, we should be able to get all the beans out, but I want them to get bigger. We've had I believe like 5 kilos of beans already, and we have beans that are still flowering. These ones were very, very late sowing, because I didn't want the space to go to waste. Even if we don't get a crop, at least the nitrogen fixing quality of the beans we can gain from that. We have a kidney beans over here, growing it for the first time. I hope they get really big before the frost comes. And walking onions is coming back, and this is why we call it walking onions. These little seedling, or these little boblets, they fell down here and they're growing again. And I have another one. That's how this one came about. So if you let it fall, it'll spread, but I don't mind it. I don't mind a couple more. I'm gonna sow a couple more for sale, so if you're interested, give me a call. This is one of the best plants I have, one of my favorite. In this pot I sprayed it in some chard seeds. I'm gonna take them in when it gets too cold, just to give them extra protection. Not that they really need it, but they'll do better. The borage is still flowering like so well. I'm gonna harvest some flowers today. Excuse me. The rockets are going to seed, even if it's been cool. Well, I have more inside that I'm gonna plant in the next couple of weeks. Maybe I can start planting them today. I will see how big they are. Lots of strawberry runners planted, but I'm gonna trim the rest of them off today. And the amaranth, most of them are gone to seed. I'm gonna save lots of the seeds and get rid of the rest and whatever leaves we can. Jerusalem artichoke is looking good. It's not looking very tall, but the tubers will be really big down there. I have some of the other side. I'll show you. Those ones are really tall. I planted those in the ground to get the flowers. I just like to see it. I've harvested a lot of mint. This is apple mint. I'm drying them for the winter because we love apple mint. I like any type of mint, actually. We have 3 types growing, so we're drying them. Most of these are empty now. We only have 2 at the back with potatoes in it. We've had so much potatoes this year, but next year I'm gonna grow more, and I'm gonna grow first early twice just to get 2 harvests. The autumn fruit and raspberries are still growing strong. I'm gonna harvest some of them today. And this huge planting here, these are my 9-star perennial broccoli. They're gonna be there for 3 years. We're gonna start harvesting from them during the spring. And some of the brassicas are going to seed. I'm gonna get rid of all the seeds because of cross-pollination. Because if you want to harvest the brassica seed, you have to isolate it, make sure it's the only plant flowering at that time, so to avoid cross-pollination. The kale, they're stripped down because we've been eating them, which is good. There's no point planting vegetables if you're not going to eat them. I'm not going to open this today. Some more autumn fruit and raspberries. I'm going to pick some more today. Taunton kale is looking brilliant. They died last year, so this is just a year of growth. Still lots of harvesting to do. And I have 3 of them, so there's another one there. I'm going to be planting 4 or 5 more this year, just like a backup. But if the plants are okay next year, I would put them in the shop and sell them. We have some field beans here. We always planted potato here, so I wanted to put a legume. So this is field beans. We're not growing them from the beans. We're growing them because they fix nitrogen into the soil. So yeah, let's move on. This is supposed to be my herb bed, but the raspberries have taken over. So I'm gonna, after harvesting them, I'm gonna root all of them out and make it a herb bed again. Then the pita is the only surviving flower. It is abundant, so we still have bees, even if most of the flowers are done. See, there's a bee over there. I love the bees. During the summer, there's so much bees around here. So much. I've harvested most of our quinoa now. These are the seeds of the quinoa. I mean, the seed heads of the quinoa. We've harvested most of them, so I'm gonna be pulling most of them out. The sunflowers are losing vigor. We still have some, but that very tall one is still flowering. So I think that's gonna be the last one to come out. Most of the other ones are done. Well, I left the seed heads on, so that's why the ground is littered, because the birds have been enjoying them, which is good. We still have a few quinoa. I'm gonna harvest this today. We have some tree spinach. We've had lots of harvest from it. And these are leeks that are grown from seed. We're gonna have these during the winter. They'll be fine during the winter. Another brassica bed. We have a big cabbage over there. Maybe I'll take that home with me. And the pale leaves over there are Australian tree cabbage. We've had lots of harvest from them. I used some of them last night for my cooking. Some dwarf beans, we have some harvest to do here. These are late sowings, but you see we have most of them are ready to come now. This will be the second harvest. And our asparagus are looking brilliantly. They're looking brilliant, excuse me. So I'm gonna chop them down when they start going brown, mulch them, and they'll come again next year. And in 2 years we'll start harvesting. I can't wait. I still have a few apples, which is good. We had lots of apples this year. All our apple trees fruited, so which is great. This has been the best year for raspberry. And we have 2 new additions. I got these for my birthday. This is cranberry and goji berry. My daughter loves goji berry. Hopefully we'll get a fruit from next year. And everything is looking good. Slugs always eating my strawberries. And strawberries are not very abundant at this time because there's only one variety that fruits, but I'm making a lot of runners, so we have more next year. That means I've harvested a lot of it. Drying them for peppermint tea. These are dwarf beans. These ones are done now. I had at least 1 kilo of dwarf beans from just these ones over here. Really happy. The amaranths, they're falling over because the seed heads are too big now. And this is a beautiful cosmos. I'm gonna save some seeds from here to plant next year. These are runner beans. I haven't harvested much of it here because they still have some ways to go. They'll get a bit bigger before I start harvesting them, because these are late sowings. Some of the lettuce have gone to seed. I'm leaving these because I'm going to save the seeds. And these are fig. It's losing vigor now, which is all right. It's that time of the year. I'm going to put it in the greenhouse through the winter. And this is the Jerusalem artichoke I was talking about. So tall, but still no flowers. We'll try again next year. It's been a great year. Can't not complain. Everything has been very fruitful. We've had lots and lots and lots of harvest, and we still have a lot more to go. Cannot complain. It's been a great year, but guess what? Next year will be better, because every year you learn and you take these lessons and apply it, and it gets better every year. Have a brilliant day, people. God bless.